Kevin Hunt, Dragon Dart Racing and Videos. And here we are. This is going to be the last video I'm going to show in our little maintenance thing. Got the Willwood disc brakes. We're going to take them apart, check the condition of the pads, and do a wheel bearing repack. So let's get started. Alright, as you can see, I've got the wheels turned to the left because I'm working on the right side. That gets the caliper out here where you can get to it easier. I'm going to take my ratchet and socket. We're going to break the bolts loose. That one. And there's that one. Okay. Taking these out, taking the bolts out is your first step of the caliper. Now we just take the caliper off. There we go. Sometimes you have to push the piston in a little bit, but these come right off. And you do not want to let it hang by the hose, never, never. So I use these little, I make these from scrap brake line. Just kind of hook it through here, and then you can hang it up here on your upper control arm, and that way you're not dangling the hose. Next we're going to take the cap off here. It unscrews on the Willwoods. So just to kind of protect it from the channel locks, I'll take a little tape, and I mean it may put a little scratch on it anyway. I used to I had hand tightened them in the past, but I had one fall off one time at the track. Luckily it was in the pits, and we found it. So I got it snug, but not super snug. Oh, wait a minute. Oop, I think we got it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, got that. Take that off. Get our tape off of here. Next we'll take the cotter pin out. Use your side cutters, your diagonal cutters. There's a little puller. Take your little deal off the nut. Now just take the channel locks. These aren't super tight. You just want to get the clearance out. Unscrew your nut. Eventually. And you jiggle a little bit, and your outer bearing with the washer comes out. I'll set it on my little tray here. Then what I do, and old mechanics will show you this too, not a lot of wheel packing anymore, everything's sealed hubs. What I do, I take the nut, screw it on a couple of turns, take this and go like that, and you use that as your puller for your, pops your seal off, doesn't damage it, and pops the wheel bearing out. And these things are good. Look at all that grease on there. But, you know, you can't ever tell without unless you look. I do my trailer the same way. So I got the bearing buddies on it, and I keep them greased up, but I do take them off and physically look at them in the off season. So next we'll be wiping them off, we'll check them. If everything's good, we'll pack them and put her back together. Everything's laid out on the bench now. We're just going to wipe them off. I do not clean them with any big cleaner. There's been a lot of discussion about doing that. Sometimes shortens the life of the bearing. We'll just take it and roll it and turn it. I see no pitting or anything in there. This one's good too. Now I've got an old wheel packer, but I like to do it the old-fashioned way by hand. So you just take a big wad of grease like so, put it on the heel. I do it, just put it on the heel of your hand. Take your bearing, You just do like that. That's how you do it. That's the old way of doing it. This is some real good heavy duty red grease I've got. It really works well. As I'm packing it, you can see how the grease is oozing its way through the bearing. And it'll be all through, and that'll last a good long time. Now just give this a quick wipe. Now if this was really grody and dirty, I'd be using all kinds of brake clean, but I keep it in good shape. This is the drag car and a cruiser a little bit, very little cruising. And then just do that. Quick wipe, put the bearings back in like so. Just kind of take my finger around the grease there. You take the axles, take the seal, put it right here. Take my grandpa's old claw hammer. I know, I'm using a claw hammer. Don't bust me out too bad on that. Seal back in. Just wipe the excess off, and that's basically it. Now we're going to put it on the car. Okay, we're ready to put it on the spindle. We got the spindle wiped off. We just take our old rotor hub, put it on like that. We take our freshly packed outer bearing, put it in here like that. Our washer. And the nut. Tighten her up. Next we take I just take the channel locks and I snug the nut up. Give her a spin. Kind of seat the bearings, bring the nut back a little bit, take it back in. Don't want it too tight, you just want to take the slack out of it. Then we take our piece here for a cotter pin, put it right over that. Then we take our new cotter pin. This one's a little long, but we're going to cut some of it off anyway, so get it through there. There she goes. There it is. I like to bring that one up, cut the extra tail off, and then take the bottom one, clip it close, and then push it in that way. We just take our cap, screw it on. Alright, we'll just put the caliper bolt, the last caliper bolt in. I set the caliper on and put the bolt in. Got the top one started. I'm just tightening them up. There's that one. Tighten that one up, tighten the top one. And the last thing I'll do, I'll put my tape back, a little piece of tape back on here. And take my channel locks, which are right here. And give her just a little bit more tightening than just my hand. There we go. And Viola, we're done. Well, I hope you enjoyed these 3 videos I did of some of the maintenance I do to the car. And if you do, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you got any questions, criticisms, maybe. Constructive, of course. So, till next time, hopefully we'll get to the drag strip sooner than you think. And take care, and I appreciate you checking in.